3, 2, 1. We're with Tyler Ryan after the Ulysses loss. Tyler, kind of a tough way in the season. What's your feelings? I know that you're pretty down at this moment, but
considering with the group that we put out there tonight, I couldn't be prouder of how their effort and how hard those guys fought. Taking the #1 running back in the state, and doing a great job of bottling him up all night. And so I'm very proud of those young men, and they showed us a lot with the amount of injuries this team has had, and those guys just keep coming back and fighting. I think that says a lot about those guys.
It was just, I thought this was one of your better ball games because of the amount you were so depleted, and yet you really had a really good effort.
That's why it's such a bittersweet deal, and a few things could go our way, and a few things different, and those kids are elated, and we're feeling really good because they played their butts off, and I'm proud of them for that.
What they said there at the up there at the press box, they were saying, says, "Well, you guys have done a nice job with them." I forgot the guy's name, Rusdick or whatever his name is, and that was a good game plan you had with him. I mean, what specifically were you doing to try to contain him? Because you held him to about 80 yards, which was well below his average.
Well, defensively, with what they do wing T-wise, you've got to be responsive. You have to read your keys and trust where your eyes, are supposed to be at. And those guys did a great job. Again, when you have a defensive lineman go down, 2 defensive linemen go down, and you're putting guys in there, and those guys just stepped up and did an outstanding job defensively. I'm so proud of them.
Do you know how many people was out compared to what your starting roster was at the beginning of this season? I mean, did you lose 6 starters or?
Well, going into this game, from the very beginning of day one, there was 8 starters out from the very first game we had this year.
I mean, I don't think any team could. I don't think Bueller could survive that, could they, or Ando?
Well, we didn't get where we wanted to be, but we got awfully close, and that's what is a tough thing. It's a bitter pill to swallow for those guys, but that's one of those things that how it goes.
Offensively, boy, you had your opportunities. You just could not get to that end zone today. I mean, you missed some opportunities there.
Yeah, a couple drop balls and just a couple little things. I mean, we were kind of running the same plays over and over, and a couple of miscues here and there just kind of hurt you. And you can't afford to have plays where you don't get any yards when you're just trying to ground it and pound it in there. And we had a lot of chances, had a lot of opportunities.
You started each drive with moving with ease, and it just seemed like everything kind of faded there at the very
and that's what just a few little miscues here and there that just were such big things, and those were killers, and that's if you're going to try and put together drives. Hats off to Ulysses because they did that. You can't have 0 yardage plays, or you can't, you need your big playmakers also to step up and make some plays, and that's what their running back, he does that. He's a good kid. He's a good running back.
Did the weather affect you in any way? I mean, do you think it was at your disadvantage that it was cold? Or?
No, I don't think so. I think the kids came out and gave it everything they had, and so I'm proud of them.
I think right now it hurts, but in 2 and 3 weeks down the line, you're going to look back at this season as being a pretty productive and exciting one. I think it was one of the more unusual seasons I've seen. How do you rate this season as a whole? I mean, not just this game, but
well, it always makes it a good experience when you've got good seniors to deal with, and it's been a fun year, and I've been with these seniors now for 3 years, and with this job, you're going to spend a ton of time with those young men, and it's fun, and that's one of those joys in coaching is being along with them and watching them mature and growing those relationships with them. And so these guys have worked hard. I've been with them a ton, and you just want to see it end so much better for them because you feel like they deserve it. But that's just not how life is. So.
You've had a lot of injuries this year, but looking at it from a half-full position, it forced your younger players to play this year. Do you think this will help you in 2015?
It's going to have to. We got a lot out of a lot of guys that going into the season, there was a lot of question marks about, and some of those guys stepped up, and those are again, one of those joys in coaching is seeing a kid that comes in day one, and you think, man, this guy's got a long ways to go, and then you're seeing what the effort you saw tonight on the field,
Yes.
and that's one of those things that you just love about it. That's what you love, seeing young men mature and grow along the way.
Yeah, you're going to be hit significantly by graduation. Are we going to see a different Crusader team next fall with a different offense and different defense?
Well, we'll have to go back and evaluate some things, and right now just want to be with those guys and enjoy my time with them. So,
Well, you had a good season, and I think the community's proud of you, Coach.
I appreciate
Or
it.
the team and you. So, all right, we'll see you. Thanks.
Thank
Bye.
you.